Is it always a bad idea to claim Social Security early? If you've been researching Social Security long enough, chances are you've heard the same advice over and over, which is to wait as long as possible to claim your benefits. But are there situations where it makes sense to claim Social Security earlier than full retirement age? In today's video, I'm sharing 5 compelling reasons to consider claiming Social Security earlier. Aloha everyone. I'm Daniel Masuda Lehrman, your fee-only financial planner based out of Honolulu, Hawaii, serving clients virtually nationwide. Many people suggest it's foolish to claim your benefits at age 62. But here's the thing, Social Security isn't a one-size-fits-all decision. While delaying benefits might be a great idea for some people, there are plenty of situations where claiming at age 62 makes a lot more sense. So before we dive in, here's what we'll cover today. Number 1. Why life expectancy plays a crucial role in the timing of your benefits. Number 2, how collecting early could actually grow your portfolio over time. Number 3, the importance of age or life expectancy gaps between you and your spouse. And most importantly, what to do if financial hardship drives your decision to claim Social Security. Ready to dive in? Let's go. Let's start with one of the most obvious considerations, your life expectancy. If you've ever used one of those Social Security break-even charts, you've probably seen something like this. But what does Social Security break-even mean? The Social Security break-even point is the age when the total benefits you receive from delaying Social Security equal the total benefits you would have received if you had started earlier. If you claim early, you get more years of payments, but a lower amount, while delaying Social Security results in fewer years of payments, but a higher monthly amount. These charts show that if you delay claiming Social Security until age 70, you get a much larger monthly benefit, and typically the break-even point is around age 81 to 82. Meaning if you live beyond that, delaying benefits usually pays off. So what happens if you don't think you'll live for that long? If your personal health, family history, or lifestyle suggests you might not make it to age 81 or 82, claiming earlier could be the better financial choice. And this is where people often get confused. They hear that the average life expectancy in the United States is around age 79, and they think, well, I probably won't live much longer than that, but that's a misconception. Average life expectancy at birth is very different from life expectancy once you've already reached age 60 or 65. For example, if you're 65 today, you have a strong chance of living into your 80s and possibly beyond. On the other hand, if you know your health isn't great and you've seen a pattern of shorter lifespans in your family, collecting early could ensure that you get the most out of Social Security while you can. The key takeaway is this. Life expectancy is a deeply personal factor, and it's one of the biggest drivers behind whether claiming early makes sense. Now let's talk about a reason you might not have considered before, which is how claiming early could actually help your portfolio grow. If you're no longer working and you defer Social Security, let's say until 70, you'll probably need to dip into your taxable and/or retirement accounts to cover your living expenses. That means withdrawing more money early on, money that would otherwise have stayed invested and have the potential to grow. Instead, if you claim Social Security at age 62, even if it's a smaller amount every month, it reduces how much you need to take from your investments during the critical early years of retirement. By leaving more of your portfolio untouched, you give it more time to grow and compound and reduce sequence of returns risk. Now, what is sequence of returns risk, you may ask? Sequence of returns risk means that the order in which investment returns happen can greatly impact the longevity of your portfolio, especially when you're making withdrawals. If the market drops early in retirement while you're withdrawing money, your portfolio may shrink faster, making it harder to recover, even if returns improve later. This increases the risk of running out of money, which is why strategies like holding cash reserves or claiming Social Security early to minimize withdrawals can help manage this risk. Let's break this down with an example. Imagine you have $1 million portfolio and you need $80,000 a year to live on. If you start Social Security early and receive, say, $25,000 annually, that means you're withdrawing $55,000 from your investments instead of $80,000. Over time, that smaller withdrawal can result in significantly more growth in your portfolio. Now, this isn't a guarantee. Markets can be unpredictable and growth isn't always a straight line. But considering the opportunity cost of withdrawing from your portfolio early is something that many people simply overlook when deciding to defer their Social Security benefits. Now, let's move on to a situation that's often misunderstood. What happens if there's a significant age or life expectancy gap between spouses? Many couples assume that delaying Social Security is always the best strategy, but when there's a big difference in age or even an expected lifespan, the optimal choice can change. Imagine you're 62 and your spouse is significantly older, say 75. In many cases, that older spouse is already collecting their Social Security benefit. Conventional wisdom says that waiting until age 70 to claim your own benefit maximizes your monthly paycheck. But in this case, delaying could mean leaving money on the table if your spouse passes away before you reach age 70. Here's why. When your spouse passes, you'll likely switch to a survivor benefit, which is equal to their Social Security amount. If that happens, all the years you spent waiting to claim your own benefit could end up wasted because you'll never actually receive those delayed credits. Your check will simply adjust to the survivor benefit. In other words, you sacrificed years of paying into Social Security for a higher benefit that you'll never actually use. Instead, claiming at age 62 allows you to collect your own benefit for several years before switching over to the survivor benefit. While your monthly check will be lower than if you had waited, you're still receiving income rather than postponing it indefinitely. You're making use of your benefit while you still can, ensuring that money doesn't go unclaimed. This doesn't just apply to couples with big age gaps. It's just as relevant when one spouse has significantly different health prospects. If one of you has a serious health condition or a family history that suggests a shorter life expectancy, claiming early might make even more sense. If the spouse with the larger benefit is at higher risk of passing away first, the younger or healthier spouse may not benefit much from waiting to claim their own Social Security. The key takeaway is that when there's a big age gap or difference in expected life expectancy, early claiming of Social Security can be a strategic move to ensure that you don't leave money on the table while both of you are still alive. Moving on, most people focus on their own monthly check when deciding when to claim Social Security, but there's another important factor that often gets overlooked, which is family benefits. In certain situations, claiming at age 62 can unlock additional Social Security payments for your household, money that could make a real difference in your financial situation, starting with minor children. If you're still raising children or have dependents at home, whether from a later in life birth, an adoption, or a blended family, claiming Social Security early can make those children eligible for a child's benefit. This benefit can provide valuable income while your child is still under 18 or 19 if they're still in high school. Since child benefits can be as much as half of your full retirement benefit, this could be a substantial amount of extra income. However, it's only available if you're actively collecting Social Security, so waiting until 70 could mean missing out entirely. Another scenario involves spousal benefits. If your spouse is planning to claim a spousal benefit based on your record, they can't do so until you start collecting. In some cases, it might make financial sense to unlock that spousal benefit earlier, especially if one spouse didn't work enough to qualify for their own benefit, or if your combined income needs are higher today. Of course, these situations won't apply to everyone, but if you're in one of them, it's worth considering. Delaying Social Security isn't always the best move if it means missing out on additional benefits your family could be receiving right now. Instead of leaving money on the table, claiming at 62 might provide your household with a much-needed income boost. Last but not least, let's talk about the simplest and arguably most important reason to claim Social Security early, which is the fact that you need the money. No matter how much planning you've done, life has a way of throwing unexpected financial curveballs. Whether it's a medical emergency, job loss, caregiving costs, or rising living expenses, sometimes delaying Social Security simply isn't an option. In these cases, waiting until full retirement age or until age 70 to get a higher benefit might not be practical. If your only alternative to claiming Social Security is going into credit card debt, taking on a high-interest loan, or selling investments during a downturn, then claiming at age 62 might be the better financial move. Even though your monthly check will be lower, avoiding debt and preserving your investment portfolio could put you in a stronger long-term position. Selling stocks at a loss during a bad market, for example, can do more harm to your overall wealth than taking a reduced Social Security benefit. And here's something that people don't realize. You might be able to suspend your benefits later on. Let's say you start collecting benefits at age 62, but a few years down the road, your financial situation improves. Maybe you go back to work, receive an inheritance, or downsize your home. Once you reach full retirement age, which is 66 or 67, depending on when you were born, you can voluntarily suspend your Social Security benefits. This allows your Social Security benefit to continue growing until you're ready to resume benefits, essentially giving you a second chance to boost your Social Security income. The bottom line is that while delaying Social Security is ideal in many cases, financial stability today is just as important as maximizing future benefits. If claiming early helps you stay afloat without sacrificing your long-term security, it's a completely reasonable choice. In summary, the decision of when to claim Social Security isn't just about following a rule of thumb. It's about understanding your unique circumstances, your health, your finances, your family dynamics, and making a decision that works for you. Relying solely on break-even charts or generic advice can lead to costly mistakes. That's why it's so important to look at the bigger picture, including how Social Security fits into your overall retirement plan. And don't forget that the timing of Social Security benefits can impact your investments, your tax strategy, and even your peace of mind. So if you're serious about making the best Social Security decision for your family, there's a lot more to consider. For example, how does delaying Social Security affect your investment portfolio? Or what's the tax impact of your choice? If you need more advice about Social Security from a fee-only financial planner, visit my website to learn more about how I work with clients nationwide. And if you enjoyed this video, don't forget to like, subscribe, and leave a comment with your questions. Thanks for watching. See you next time.